call is being recorded. Have you heard it?
Yes, sir.
What is the name? How do you pronounce your name?
Sramana Bhattacharya, sir.
What is that?
Sramana. Sramana.
Oh, okay, okay. In South, Ramana means it is a gent's name. Okay, Ramana.
Okay, okay,
And
sir.
you have added S to it. Okay,
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yes, Ramana. Yeah, yeah, yes, Ramana. You are working in Indian Bank, assistant manager.
Yes, sir.
What are your work profile? What are your daily work?
I am working in the operations department, sir. Day-to-day operations and other the deposit CASA section, term deposit. So I am overseeing all these sections, and also I am operations related work mainly.
Hmm. You open account for the public?
Yes, yes, sir.
Hmm? How do
Yes,
you
sir.
open an account? What are the things you look forward before opening as a risk management tool?
Yes, sir. For opening the savings account, we take the KYC from the
Hmm?
customer. The KYC
Hmm.
means one proof of identity and another proof of address we need to take, and also we take copies like photos, stamp size or passport size photos from the customer and attach that with the account opening form, and the photocopies of the KYC, like the voter card or Aadhaar card, PAN card, all these documents we are attaching with the account opening form, and then we open the account for the customer after doing eKYC. Now every account is getting opened with the help of eKYC, like either the biometric verification or OTP verification.
OTP verification. Okay. There is something called officially valid document, OVDs, for establishing the KYC. RBI has prescribed certain officially valid documents. Are you aware of it?
Yes, sir.
OVDs, okay, you are aware of it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. After opening the account, what type of risk management is being done on these accounts, operations?
Like after seeing the transactions in the account, we get report on the accounts, like high value transactions. If there is going on high value transactions, we get
Mm,
reports from our MIS site, the
mm,
management information dashboard, and
mm,
after checking that report, we need to
mm,
ask the customer, like if any high value transaction is going on, then we have to confirm with the customer that if it is transacted with the consent of the customer.
mm.
So otherwise we have to increase the threshold value of the threshold limit of the account so that the customer can transact seamlessly. So these operations are done, and also we have to check the risk
Okay.
profile. Yeah.
How do you categorize a customer after seeing the operations in the account? How do you categorize a customer? There are three stages
Okay, stages,
based
sir.
on the risk involved. Okay, low
Okay, yeah,
risk, medium risk, and
I
high risk.
discussed. Yeah, yeah. Yes,
High
sir.
risk.
Yes,
How
sir.
often do you revise the KYC validation for
After
high risk
6 months, sir.
customer?
After
High risk
6 months.
customer. Okay, high risk customer of 6 months. Very good. Okay, Shramana, they are fine. You are thorough of your area. For before giving a loan, normally the banker refers to one particular scoring. Okay, some credit information company. Which is that one?
CBIL score, sir.
CIBIL.
CBIL score. Yeah.
Oh, CIBIL, Credit Information Bureau of
Credit.
India Limited. What is
Yeah.
the acceptable score, lending score for making a advance loan? No, what is the
Yeah. Yeah.
acceptable CIBIL score?
Yeah, actually, the score varies from 300 to 900, but for
Hmm.
different types of loans, we have different scores. Like for
Okay,
education loan, we have a score for like above 700. So,
okay,
there are,
okay. 700 is the cutoff. Okay, less than 700 also bankers give loan, but
yeah,
since the risk is more, they add the risk premium to that. Okay,
yes, sir.
if I get a loan at 6%, a person who is below 700, you will load it. Okay,
There
with
is,
1% or half a percent more. Okay, that's fine.
yes,
That's the risk management. Yes, Ramna, then what you know about RBI? It's a central bank. Okay,
yes,
what
sir.
are the central bank functions, major functions?
Yes, sir. RBI has several major functions. Like first one is the monetary policy function. RBI has to determine the policy repo rate, which
Mm.
helps to keep the inflation in check, and also it helps to maintain the stability and the growth of the economy. This is the major function. And other than this, RBI has the currency management function. Like RBI is solely responsible for printing and distributing the currency notes, and also for the circulation of the coins minted by the government of India. So,
Mm.
so this is another function, and also RBI is doing the supervision and the regulation of the financial institutions of our country. Regulation and supervision. So, offsite
Hold on.
supervision is there. Yes, sir.
Ho- Hold on. Okay, you said about stability, you said about supervision, regulation, and all that of the banks. Okay,
Yes,
what
sir.
are the basic objectives of supervision or regulation and supervision of the banks?
So RBI has decided some rules that has to be maintained by the financial institutions of our country, and RBI has the supervisionary authority to check like whether the regulations are being met by all the financial institutions on regularly basis, like yearly basis. The on-site supervision will be there, and then and now also the offsite surveillance also has come. So this is the duty of RBI.
Okay, you mean to say that the banks need to be sound institutions, no? They have to be on sound footing.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
that is fine. But what are the objectives? Bank need to be sound, okay, and they need to be orderly development, etc. And they should follow the RBI regulations. Okay, that's fine. In a simple term, can you give me, because I am a common man, I'm a man on the street. How do I understand that RBI is regulating it? What is the comfort does he have on the bank?
Okay. So RBI will check the balance sheet of the banks, like whether they are.
Sramana, hold on. I will tell you the answer. Okay. What you said, one thing that is the stability, no, inflation, growth, and stability. Okay, stability is at a macro level.
Yes.
The financial stability of the financial system in the country. Okay, there is some people are to do review and all that. You must have heard about uh, Financial Stability and Development Council. There's apex level institution.
Yes.
But the grassroots level, a common man understands, and he has faith on the system. No,
Yes.
the banks, your banks, Indian Bank and other banks, they take public deposit as the working fund.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
that is the depositors' interest need to be protected.
Yes.
That is, the bank is in a position to pay the liability, demand liability, or whatever the liability is, and when it arises, the bank should be in a liquid condition to
Yes.
repay the liabilities with the demand which arises. So the public interest, in the sense, the depositors' interest need to be protected first. Then the public confidence in the system, banking system should not be lacking. No, that should be intact. Otherwise,
Yes.
there will be collapse of banks frequently.
Okay,
One
sir.
bank, South Indian Bank, it is
Yes.
based in South India. Okay, that was merged with some bank because of the financial irregularities.
Yes, sir.
And not that means the bank was not sound. Okay, then RBI found it difficult to bail out by DICGC route because a lot of
Mm.
money has to be paid. So they merged with some other bank. Which is that bank? Which bank has taken over that?
Sir, I'm not aware of it.
Lakshmi Vilas Bank.
Oh, Lakshmi Vilas Bank.
Lakshmi
Lakshmi.
Vilas Bank has been merged with DBS Bank, Singapore. No,
Food DBS Bank. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Singapore they have taken. Whereas the Punjab Maharashtra Cooperative, they wanted to liquidate it, but somebody else have come and they merged with them. They've taken over the liabilities. How it is the insured deposits right now in India? What is the insured deposit?
5
How much
lakh per customer, sir. By the Deposit Insurance Credit Guarantee Corporation. 5 lakh per
deposit
customer.
per 5 lakh per customer or per account?
Per account, sir. Per account. Sorry, sir. A
No,
customer
no,
might
no.
be have.
No,
Oh,
customer
per.
is the right one. Okay. I may have 10 accounts and I may
Okay.
have 50 crores in the bank, but
Yeah.
I am not covered. All the 50 crore is not covered. As me, an individual, I will get only 5 lakhs of fees for all the deposits which I have with the bank. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Shramana, you talked about this, the monetary policy, we will go to that. What happens when Reserve Bank of India increases the repo rate, policy repo rate is up to by 50 basis points now. When the rate goes up, the policy rate, what happens? Any idea?
Yes, sir. Uh, when RBI increases the policy repo rate, it
Mhm.
automatically transmits to the commercial banking level, and the borrowing cost of people will also increase. Like RBI, like the commercial banks are giving loans on based on the external benchmark rate. So that external benchmark can be compared to repo rate, and with after linking with the repo rate, the borrowing cost will be increased for the customer. So customer will be having less money in their hand, and also the demand will fall, and also inflation will come down. So
Mhm.
tightening monetary policy will finally lead to coming down of the inflation.
Inflation will come down because the bank's borrowing cost from RBI is increased. Okay, it has gone up. So they will pass on the same thing to the customer also. Okay. You have heard about CASA deposits?
Yes, sir.
What is CASA constitutes?
CASA constitutes current account and savings account.
CASA means the current account and savings accounts. Okay. If a bank has got larger CASA deposits percentage wise, what is the implication for the bank?
If the bank is having larger CASA deposit, it will be having more money to lend to the customers. To
No,
lend to
otherwise
customers.
also they will have no. Having more money, how it will come? Whether the CASA is low or high, CASA is CASA. That money always remains with the bank. I'm asking when CASA is more, same money is available for the bank to lend. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
lending operation.
Sir.
What is the implication on the balance sheet of the bank or profit and loss account?
Okay, balance sheet will strengthen, sir.
Okay, balance sheet will strengthen. The P&L account, your net interest margin will go up. Okay,
Okay, I have
because
gotten.
your cost of fund is less or cost of deposit is less. Cost of deposit, I don't say it, a cost of fund total. Since cost of fund is less, because your CASA is more, you are not paying more for your deposits, the
Yes,
net interest margin will go up. Okay, it will increase. Have you heard of the Basel III norms, Mrs. Ramana?
yes, sir.
What is this Basel III norm is all about?
So Basel III norms came in 2010, in the year of 2010, after the global financial crisis, and besides maintaining the credit risk and the capital risk and other things, Basel III also stipulated some other measures like
Capital
if
risk? Is there any capital risk?
no, not capital
Credit
risk,
risk.
sorry, the
Credit
credit
risk, I
risk.
agree. Credit risk. Okay.
And for
Okay.
maintaining the
Liquidity,
capital to
say,
risk weighted. Yeah.
the capital, credit risk is the first, no, Basel norm one.
Yes.
Then you come the market risk, operational risk, and there are
Yes.
so many other risks are covered under the capital framework.
Yes.
Okay. Just remember, there are one, two, three Basel norms are there. Basel 1, Basel 2, Basel 3, which addresses the required capital for the risks which are involved in the banking operations. And you look into that one. Shramana, central bank also, the monetary policy committee, it is there, it is appointed by the government, 3 plus 3 plus people are there. The decisions are decided on the majority vote.
Yes, sir.
When there is a tie in the voting, how this is resolved?
The governor will cast another vote and it will be resolved. Then, based on the majority.
Those the governor has got a casting vote. Okay,
Casting vote.
that is called a casting vote. He exercises that, and then it is resolved. There was a monetary policy committee which sat on 3rd, 4th, and 5th of August.
Yes.
Then there was a statement by the governor. Okay, the monetary policy. You said the repo rate has gone up and all that. What are
Yes.
the decisions taken in this monetary policy committee?
You mean the other decisions taken by the
Okay. Okay, other decisions.
Okay, so he told that from now onwards, like except the policy repo rate, he told that from now onwards, the credit information companies will be coming under the integrated ombudsman scheme. Earlier,
Mm,
these were not included in the ombudsman scheme, so
mm,
so it will come under the ambit of that, and also internal ombudsman will be established for the credit information company. This is
mm,
one like another improvement, and the second one is Bharat bill payment system will be
mm,
allowed for doing the cross-border transaction.
mm.
So this is another information, and there was another development, sir. I'm not able to.
TD,
Yeah, the primary
primary.
dealers, standalone
Mm.
primary dealers. Yeah, yeah. They will be. I forgot the thing, sir. I just
They will be
remember
allowed to. They will be allowed in the forex market, foreign exchange
in.
market,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
market maker. Okay, they will also be there. Shramana, my time is up, but you appear to be well informed for the RBI. When is the interview?
30th August, sir.
Oh, you have got plenty of time, Shramana. What do you do? There should be a systematic preparation, okay? Not hodgepodge here and there, seeing and all will not help. It has to be a systematic effort on your part.
Yes,
Prepare the interview, take a notebook and pen and write down whatever you read. Prepare a short notes on that, bullet points or something like that you should take. See the RBI website homepage, current rates, icons, speeches, what's new. All these things are there. Kindly open and see what are the things, and open and find out what's new. You will find many articles, okay, the press releases. Those things
yes,
are very important. International trade in INR, the monetary policy, the recently they revised the master's direction for prior sector lending and also the MSME. Okay, new
yes,
directions have come. Kindly look into that. You are a banker. Then also
yes,
the about us RBA internal structure, you will get it. Okay, all those things about us, speeches, governor speeches. Okay,
Mm.
then the monetary policy statement by the governor, that will be very helpful to you deal with the monetary policy aspect. Government of India budget, economic survey, some summaries are there. Look into that. Okay. Good luck, Sramana. Thank you very much. Sir will take the second part.
thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Sramana, okay. Good evening. Uh, you are assistant manager in Indian Bank, right? For almost 3 years now. You completed 3 years, and you are in Infosys for 4 years. So
Yes,
Infosys
sir.
was a campus recruitment for you.
Yes, sir. Campus recruitment.
Okay. So you decided to move on from IT company to banking industry, which is that major product which Infosys sells to all the banks.
Sir, Finacle. Finacle,
Financial.
like Indian Bank is not using Finacle, but other
Ah.
Punjab National Bank is using Finacle.
So Indian Bank is using which one?
Banks link, sir.
Hmm?
Bank?
Banks link.
Bank link, huh?
Banks link, yes, sir.
Bank
Banks link.
link. Okay, bank link. Allahabad Bank is also using that same bank link.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Actually,
so
I joined in Allahabad Bank only.
uh,
Further, it got
Okay.
merged.
oh, okay, you are
Okay.
Allahabad Bank. Okay, so it was using bank link, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is why they decided to merge it with Indian Bank. Okay, now I
Yes.
get the point. Similarly, which are the other banks which merged with each other? Can you tell me the other banks which were merged and
Yes, sir.
consolidated? One is your bank, Indian Bank and Allahabad Bank. Okay.
Hyderabad.
Uh,
Yes.
then
Punjab National Bank was merged with United Bank of India and
uh,
Oh,
Oriental Bank of Commerce.
Oriental Bank of Commerce. Okay, then
Then Bank of Baroda, like Dena Bank was merged with Bank of Baroda. That was earlier, like
uh,
before recent merger. That was merged earlier. Dena Bank was merged with Bank of Baroda.
that is UCO Bank. What about UCO Bank? It does not merge with anybody.
No, no, no. UCO Bank is standalone
So
still now.
Dena Bank and one more bank was also merged with Bank of Baroda. Which is that other bank?
Yes, sir. Dena Bank and I sir forgot the other bank.
Vijaya Bank.
Vijaya Bank.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Vijaya Bank. And there was one more merger. That is Union Bank. Absorbed some banks. Which are those banks?
Union Bank. I sir forgot the names.
Andhra Bank and Corporation Bank.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Canara Bank also absorbs one more bank. Which is that? Syndicate Bank. Have you heard of Syndicate Bank? So
Yes, I
Syndicate
heard.
Bank and Canara Bank merged because they're using FlexQ. So now you are Indian Bank and Allahabad Bank, you are using bank link, so they were merged together. Okay, this was also one of the considerations for merging banks. Okay, they should have a common platform. Okay, you said something about Basel 1 and 2 and 3 and all that. So under the Basel 1, the risks that were identified under Basel 1, which are the two risks that Basel 1 had identified?
So credit risk was identified in the Basel 1 norm.
Basel 1, yeah. And market risk also.
Risk
Basel
in
2. Okay. Basel 2. And then the third most important risk was, which is the third most important risk?
So liquidity risk.
No. Credit, market, then
Credit markets are operations and systematic.
operation risk, and then subsequently liquidity risk. Okay, can you tell me what is this operation risk? Can you define our operation risk?
Yeah, operation risk, it defines the day-to-day operations by the bank and also the internal processes in the organization. So if these processes or internal processes fails in an organization, the risk is termed as operational risk.
So operation risk, I'll tell you, we should answer it this way: failure of people, process, and systems. Failure of people, process, and systems, and external events. Okay, the last cost because of these things is operation risk. Okay, and then what is that market risk you're talking of?
Market risk is like the volatility of the market or the growing of the market is like this is termed as market risk. If a bank is affected by the volatility of the economic condition, that risk is termed as market.
How it will be affected? Let's say bank has made an investment. How does this investment get affected by volatility in the market?
Actually, like currently this is happening, like if the rupee depreciation, like if the currency depreciates or the interest rate fluctuates, the bond interest rate fluctuates, so the bond yield also gets fluctuated. So all this.
So any effect or loss to the portfolio due to adverse movements in the market, due to adverse interest movements in the market affecting the portfolio of the banks, that will be their market risk. Okay. Liquidity risk is the failure of the bank to repay the
depositors.
Repay the commitments on time. We can say liquidity risk. Okay, what is this CRAR of Indian Bank now after the merger?
After the merger, sir, it went up about 9%. Before some days I saw it was 13 point. I forgot the after point digits.
Okay.
But
Okay. So this CRR, okay, CRAR, what you're saying, CRAR is what is this ratio? What are they trying to connect in CRAR?
Capital to risk weighted asset ratio. That is the capital a bank is having to absorb the shocks. Like it measures that if the bank is having enough capital to absorb the shocks, and it is determined on basis of the risk-weighted asset, like the risk associated with the assets of the bank. Assets are considered as the advances given by the bank. So the risk associated with this advantage are weighted average. Like
who decides the risk weight?
Risk weight.
The regulator defines the risk weight. Okay. The regulator tells you what should be the risk weight for each type of loans. Okay. Now, let's see again this thing only. You must have heard of non-performing assets, etc., and all that. Okay. What are the various stages? Suppose an asset becomes non-performing. When does it become non-performing, according to the RBI guideline?
Yeah. So, if the principal or interest payment is due for any loan for more than 90 days, it will be termed as non-performing asset.
Okay, fine. Then what happens if an asset becomes non-performing? Let's say interest and installment or whatever it is becomes overdue for more than 91 days. What do the banks do? Or where do they what do they classify it as?
So after becoming non-performing, the bank before becoming non-performing only, bank will inform the borrowers to pay the dues timely so that it doesn't become NPA. After it becomes NPA, the bank issues notice to the borrower and the guarantee.
What is the classification? What do they call that asset? What do they call it? Sorry?
Loss. No. After NPA, it's come under the
Hmm.
substandard assets, sir.
Yes. Then what happens?
Then the bank informs the borrowers and the
No, no, no.
guarantors that
What is the next stage? For how long does it remain a substandard asset?
for substandard asset it will stay for 1 year, sir.
Okay. After that?
After that, it will come under the doubtful asset, and there are also two categories: doubtful asset 1 and doubtful asset 2. And after doubtful asset, it will go into the lost asset category.
Does it go automatically to the last category, or does it remain under doubtful 3 only? Doubtful 1, 2, 3 are there. Okay.
For one, yeah.
Hmm.
So 1 to 3, yeah.
1 to 3. So it does not automatically become loss.
No.
It becomes a loss asset only when the realizable value of the security is less than 10%. Realizable value of the security that is offered less than 10%, or ab initio, the value of the security is less than 10%. Okay. Or the erosion in the value of the security is more than 50%.
Okay.
Between the previous inspection and the present, then it becomes loss. It doesn't automatically, or the nothing is realizable. Let's say a fraud case.
Yes, sir.
Straight away it will be lost if nothing is realizable. It will not go under substandard, doubtful 1, doubtful 2, and all. It will not happen. Straight away it will become a loss asset. Okay.
Yes.
Have you heard of this FMR 1, 2, 3 fraud monitoring reports of banks?
No, sir. I have not heard them.
Okay. Banks are expected to report a fraud above rupees 1 lakh to RBI. Okay. Within a period of 21 days. If they don't report, then RBI will take penal action and things like that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So there is something called a centralized fraud monitoring registry. Are you aware of this?
No, I have not heard about this fraud monitoring registry and this.
It is at RBI and it is at Bangalore. So all the data pertaining to frauds that are happening in the banking industry are collected and then analyzed by this fraud monitoring registry. Okay. Can you tell me what is the business size of Indian Bank now after the merger of Allahabad Bank? Advances and deposits, business size. Annual report you must have seen. Please read that. Please see the annual report of Indian Bank.
Yes,
Okay?
yes, it has been published. Yes.
What is the tagline? What is the tagline of Indian Bank now? Can you recollect?
No, sir.
Very important. You being an Indian banker to know your own bank always with you. Your own bank always with you. There is one more tagline probably taken from Allahabad Bank: growth, glory, and soaring trust.
Okay, sir.
Growth, glory, and soaring trust, and your own bank, and always with you is the Indian Bank logo. This, I mean, tagline they call. Okay. Please look into the annual report of Indian Bank before you go for that. They may ask you because you have spent significantly 3 years in Indian Bank. Okay. Now you are assistant manager. That's what you have written in your biodata. Are you heading a branch or what is it? Are you in the head office?
No, sir. I am in a branch, but I am doing the ABM activity, assistant branch manager activity.
Assistant branch manager. Oh, what are the activities of assistant manager? You don't give loans?
No, I don't take care of the loan section. That is taken care by the manager, by our branch manager. Actually, the deposit portion and the deposit section is very huge at our branch. There are a large number of pensioners, so I don't get much time to take look into that section.
No, you should also know something about the loans and advances. They will ask you. Okay.
Yes.
What is a cash credit? They may ask you. What is cash credit? What is cash credit loan which you people sanction?
Yes. Cash credit loans are given to business purposes, are given for business purposes to MSME borrowers, or also SHG, like the SHG people also are given the cash credit loans. Like cash credit loans are used for operational activity to maintain the operations of a business. This loan is given.
There is a terminology for that. What is that? What is that terminology? It is called some loan. Cash credit is given for a particular purpose, they say. What is that purpose? Can you recall? Working capital. Working capital loan. Working capital cycle, they say. Okay. Have you heard of the current ratio? Have you heard of the term current ratio?
For working capital, sir?
Yes.
No, sir. I don't know the
current assets by current liabilities.
Okay.
Okay, that is the terminology used for sanctioning working capital. Okay. What do you understand by debt and equity, debt equity ratio?
Debt equity ratio of bank.
Debt equity ratio of a particular borrower. What is that ratio?
So debt is the liability, and
Hmm.
and equity is the capital, like the
Hmm.
capital
Hmm.
is
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
debt equity ratio, like if debt equity ratio is more, then the borrower is not having sound like financial condition,
Hmm.
and if debt
Hmm.
equity ratio is less, like if the capital is more in that case, so
Hmm.
the borrower is in a sound condition.
Hmm. Okay. So coming to this RBI's function, this repo rate, what is this, Sramana, repo rate? What do you understand by the repo rate? Suppose repo rate is increased. Now governor has increased it from 4.9 to 5.4. What is the impact of this? What happens?
So if the repo rate is getting increased, then it will automatically transmit to the commercial banking level, and the
Hmm.
borrowing cost will also get increased for the borrowers.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
the borrowing rate, like the inter lending rate, is
Hmm.
connected with the external benchmark rate, and that is here referred to repo rate. So
Hmm.
automatically the borrowing, the lending cost will be like
Hmm.
lending cost will increase, and the
Okay.
borrowers will have less money at their hand.
Correct. Have you heard of MCLR?
Marginal cost of
Margin.
marginal cost of this lending rate. Yes, sir.
So what is this BPLR? There was something called as BPLR also earlier. What is this
Yeah.
BPLR?
Before MCLR, it was there. It's
Hmm.
benchmark prime lending rates.
Non-lending.
But like I forgot the definition. Can I try, sir?
Hmm. Prime lending rate is the rate which is given to the best customers of the bank. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why it's called as prime lending rate. Okay.
Prime lending.
Then there is something called as another, there is one more rate in between. After benchmark prime lending rate and before MCLR, there is one more rate which was deciding the lending. What is that rate? Have you heard of the base rate?
Base rate, sir. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Base rate
that's
is
the
like
base rate. Okay, we have moved away from base rate also. We have gone to MCLR. Now we have come to external benchmark rates. Okay, there is a MIBOR. What is that MIBOR?
MIBOR is Mumbai Interbank Offered Rate, that is decided between the, like, when the
Interbank.
banks are transacting with themselves. Like one bank is taking money on borrowing from another
Hmm.
bank, then it's used
Okay.
MIBOR.
Similarly, there before MIBOR, there is something called as LIBOR for international borrowings. What is that LIBOR?
London Interbank Offered Rate.
Are they being used or are they stopped now?
No, it was stopped, sir. There was like I read about it long back. Like there
Hmm.
was some issue because of
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
LIBOR was discontinued.
LIBOR is discontinued. Okay. This subsidiaries of RBI. Can you name some subsidiaries of RBI, Sramana?
Yes, sir. One
Hmm.
subsidiary is Bharatiya Reserve Bank Note Mudran Private Limited,
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
is situated in Karnataka, Mysore, and it
Hmm.
is used for printing the currency note. Like
Hmm.
it choose the currency notes.
Hmm.
And another subsidiary is RBI Innovation Hub. RBI
Hmm.
Innovation Hub has been established recently
Hmm.
for research and like innovation development. And
Hmm.
two, sir, I can as of now.
Hmm. Then DICGC. Have you heard of DICGC?
Yes, sir.
Then
DICC is Deposit Insurance Credit Guarantee Corporation.
okay.
Like
Okay.
for the security of the depositors, it
Hmm.
has come into play. Like now it has been decided that DICC will give an insurance of 5 lakh per
Hmm.
customer for
Hmm.
the deposit kept in the commercial bank.
Okay. There is one more subsidiary called as REBIT, Reserve Bank of
Um,
India,
yeah.
Information Technology, IFTAS, IFTAS. Okay. So these are the some of the subsidiaries of RBI. Okay. And can you tell me one or two features of a currency note? Because you have been in the banking, you must have handled cash. What do you observe when you look at the currency note? Some features.
Yes. On the currency notes, like there is a pledge by RBI governor, that is,
Hmm.
I promise to pay
Okay.
this
Promise
amount.
class. All as promise class. Okay. Then.
Yeah. One is promise clause, another is the signature by the RBI governor with the
Okay.
promise clause.
Okay. Okay.
Then for the security of the currency notes, there
Hmm.
has been many things have been introduced. Like
Hmm.
the seats will be uplifted somewhat. Like
Hmm. Hmm.
touch
as
the currency
intaglio
note, yeah, if we touch the
intaglio
currency,
printing. Yeah,
yeah,
it's called intaglio printing. Yeah, then.
yeah, intaglio printing. And then
Mm,
another is the green line is there,
mm,
like
mm.
the green line is for the genuineness of the currency note. If we
Security
like
thread. It's called a security thread. Okay.
security
Mm.
trade, yeah, yeah, term,
Then.
yeah.
Mm.
uh, this
Then.
these things, and so this only. And
Then.
another watermark will be there, sir, like
Yeah.
if we see the currency note, the Gandhi
Mm.
picture will be there, like that will come
Mm.
forward, like on
Yeah.
the white, yeah.
Okay. And there is something called a latent image of the denomination of the note also. You should hold it in the light and there will be that printed. Then micro lettering, small letters, RBI, RBI, RBI will be there everywhere. You should hold a magnifying glass and read it. The color will change when you turn the note. It's called optically variable ink.
Okay.
Okay. So the color will change. So these are some of the security features of a currency note. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Sramana, you have done well for the interview. But you read the Indian Bank annual report, very important. And you should know the size of your Indian bank because you are working there. They will ask you. And they will ask you about the banking questions. Okay, what is the thing which you consider while sanctioning a loan? What different types of loan, term loan, cash credit loan, okay, overdraft facility, okay, bullet repayment option. What is that bullet repayment option? They may ask. Okay, so you be
Bullet
prepared for all these things. Okay.
repayment.
So otherwise, you have done well. Okay. All the very best for the interview. Okay.
Sir, can I
Yeah.
ask one thing, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, should I go through the RBI annual report, like
Yes,
this
yes,
is
very much. You should go through that. At least the balance sheet of RBI you should know. Profitable, which is the major expenditure of RBI. What is the size of the balance sheet? All these things they may ask you. You should know all that. Okay. You don't have to read the entire annual report, but see the balance sheet.
balance sheet? Okay, sir.
Very
Actually,
important.
I started from the beginning, but it was like I was
No.
not getting
Not
everything.
required. Not required. Read the balance sheet. That's important. Okay. That's good enough. Okay. Right. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Thank you.